Welcome back to excelmind. Today's training will be delivered by our expert, Faison.
And in today's video, we're gonna see how we can create a user form without VBA code. And we're gonna also see how to create a user form with the help of VBA code. So first, let's have a look how it look without VBA. So this, you can see this has been created without the VBA code, and with just one click you will get this user form, and it's work the same way as a VBA form too. So you can see you can't click outside when this form is open. Okay, so what we can do, we'll just add new entry over here and see how it's work. So we'll add one as math. We'll add the random phone number. So location, you can have anything. We'll be adding every day. Department, we can have as sales, and the time. Now here you have to manually feed the time because it is not gonna record it. So you can see when you add that, it's get added into the sheet below the last entry. And the same way you can add more, like we'll be adding still a phone number. You can have anything random phone number, we'll add that. And the location, we can have all department will have market, and then timing will be like, well, you will add just random time. And once you hit the enter, you can see your entry get recorded into the sheet. Now one thing which is really like about this is that you get the search criteria over here. If you click on this search criteria, and take an example, if you want to search within department, so you just have to write the sales, and you just have to, you can see it will give you all the entries which holds the departments as sales and none of the rest. And if you want to delete, take an example, if you want to delete this math, then you can just click on this delete button, and it will warn you that the recorded entry will be deleted. And if you hit OK, see, the entry has been deleted successfully. Okay, and to get the, you can see it's easily, you can see over here it's got deleted. So this was all about the user form with the help of, without VBA, just the help of one click auto generated form. Now we'll see the how the VBA form look with the help of VBA. Now this form has been created with the help of VBA. It's the same things like name, phone number, location, department, holds the two buttons, submit and cancel. Okay, what we'll do, we'll just add a random details like Matt phone number. Just we'll add in a random phone number. We'll add the location as X, Y, Z. Department we can have as market, and when you hit submit, you can see your entry get feeded behind this user form under the sheet. And one importance is here, whenever you are doing an entry, it gets recorded the current time. You no need to hit or punch the current time or type it. What we can do, we'll add one more, and you can see that the time has been automatically filled. We'll add Liz, your phone number, location, department will have a sales now, and the moment you hit submit, it will clear the X, and it will be added under the Excel sheet with the current time when you have done the punching. And the best part of this manually created with the help of VBA, you can design it in your own way. You can have your color, you can have your own logo, and you can create whatever you want the buttons. Okay, and when you just hit cancel, it will get closed. And to get that form back, we have created this button as well. When you click on this, we'll get so. And to this way, we gonna see both the things, how we have created a user form without the VBA and with the VBA. So let's start our training without the VBA form. Without the VBA form. So let's delete this entry. Okay. So now we'll remove the table format as well. Clear. So for that, if you want to create a VB user form without the VBA, you need to have a headings like we have name, phone number, location, department, and time. And the first thing what you have to do, you have to have your cell selected where the heading is, any one of the cell, and go into the insert and create a table. Once you click on table, it will automatically get selected wherever the data is, and it will ask whether your table has the header or not. So we have clicked it yes, we have the header, and just click on the OK, and you got this. The best part of this adding a table is that you get this tab. Just make sure that your table cell is been selected, then only this design tab will be visible. If it's outside, then it will not be visible. And why this design tab is being used to change the theme. You can have multiple themes selected from your, okay. You can create your own theme format in your own way. So we'll be keeping with the same one. Okay. You can have a slicer as well. With the help of slicer, you can easily put a filter. Okay, so that all things will be done later on once our form has been created. So now as your data has been ready, header, so next part is to get this form button. And to get this form, you just have to click on this drop down button at the top left hand side. So first, what we'll be doing is just remove this and we'll show you from the start. So just we'll remove that things from here. Now see, you just have to click on this drop down button. From that, go on to the more command. Under more command, you can get this Excel option from file as well. So under this, choose command form. You just have to select all commands and drag down till F. And over there, you will get this as a form command. What you have to do, just have to select this and click on add button. So over here, it will be added. And then just click OK. See, you get this tab over here, button over here. Now this part is simplest. Just make sure your table cell has been selected, any cell is been selected, and just click that form, and you will get your form. And from here, just click new, and you can start feeding. So we'll do it. We'll add Matt again. We'll add phone number. You can use tab to go on to the next line. Department will add as market, and then time we have to feed it manually and just hit the enter, and here you go. And to close it, just click on close button. Now, as I said you before, you with the help of table you can get the slicer as well. So once you click on this slicer, it will ask you name, phone number, location, department, time, by what you want to filter and get your button. So I'm just getting it with the department one and click OK. So you will get this two departments. As right now there is only two departments. So whatever you click, see, it's get filter. If I click on market, it will give me just a market result, and if I click on sales, it will give me just a sales result. And to clear it, just click on this filter button and it will get cleared. We don't need this, so we'll remove that. So that was the very easiest way to create a user form, and it's a really presentive way. Now let's move on to the next one, user form with the VBA, and that's my favorite. So how we have created this? So we have created this with the help of VBA code. Now to write the VBA code and to create the form, you need to have a developer tab. First, we'll teach you how to get this developer tab. And to get that, again, we'll remove that, and then from start we'll show you how we have got that. Done. Now we don't have the developer tab, so from start we'll go ahead. To get this tab, you just have to again click on this drop down, customize quick access to toolbar, or you can go onto the file and get the option. Then more commands. Then click on ribbons, customize ribbon, and right hand side it should be a main tab over here, and under it you will find a developer tab with a box unchecked. What you have to do, you just have to check the box and click OK. And the moment you do, you will get the developer tab over here. Okay. Now the next part is to see how we have written the code and how we have created the form. And to create the form, we'll go on to the Visual Basic option, and this is what we have written. If you don't want to write all these things, we have added this code under our block, and the block link is being shared under the video description below. Now you just have to copy it and paste it on your mod user form. You just need to change a few things like a sheet name and the text box. We'll show you how to do that as well. We'll write the code separately. First, we'll see what we have done. So here we have one module, and under this module, we have written to show the user form. That is, whenever we click on our button, our user form should pop up. We have created a user form over here, and like I told you, the best part is you can change the color and anything as per your choice. See, if I'm doing this, say the color got slide, I can have many colors. See, and I'll show you how it looks over there. See, you can have many colors over there. So we'll revert it back to the one which was there. So, and under it, we have written this, all these codes, the text box code and everything. So that will explain you one by one what we have written. So over here, what we have written is for the text boxes. What these all are the text boxes, and we have written that whenever we write anything in this text box, it should go into the last row, first cell, then second box, last row, second cell, third, and so on. And of the time, what we have written is the fifth cell. It should punch as now formula, and the now is a formula for time. Whenever we hit submit, it's run this thing, and whatever time it was there, it will run that. Then On the click of submit, once this has been added, what we have written a command to clear all the text box. So here we have written clear the text box. And lastly, for the cancel one, for the click button 2, we have written unload the forms. That means whenever we click on the cancel, it should just unload this form. Okay, so let's create our new user form and let's write the code fresh in a fresh way. We'll close all the stuffs over here. So now let's delete this user form as well. No user form. Yes, we don't need to remove the module as well. We don't need this. So this is how it will look. So we'll close this and we'll see from there. We'll delete this as well. Good. Now to create a user form, we just have to go into the developer tab, then click on Visual Basic, and under this, click on Insert, then User Form. So you got your user form ready over here. So from here, you can change the size, and whatever size you pick, you can see it will be the same one. So we have created a rectangular one, and we got that. And we'll just make this. And if you create more, then you can see it will be slow. So what we'll do, we'll create a one with a rectangular one form like this, and we'll change the color. So to change the color, you just have to click on the user form, and the property, you just have to click on back color. And if you don't see this property tab, then just right click and select property, and you will get this. So we'll make the black color as blue. So we'll be using a system color. Sorry, the light one, not the system one, my mistake. We're using the palette one and then blue. So we have selected the dark blue one. So you'll see this is how it will look. Now we don't want this user form to be mentioned. We want this to be appeared as our own name. So here you have a caption. Just change this to whatever you want. We'll write our own like excelmind. So you can see it's hidden over. Now it's time to add the label. So to add the label from the toolbox, just click on this label and with the help of mouse left key, create it. And with just one click, you will see edit option, backspace, and with you can write your own. So mine user form. You can't see because the color combination is both the combination are dark. So what we'll do, we'll just click on this label. You can see now we got the property of label. From here, the back color, you can change the black color to white, and it's here you got this white one. Now we want to change the font value. So there's an option for font. You can create a bold one. You can have as Arial, and we'll have this as 16. Six. This how your user, and this will be looked like this. Userform. Excelmind. Oh, we got our spell mistake. We'll find Excelmind. So, now, as you have seen in the already created form, we had our logo over here. So to add that logo, what you can do, just over here you have an image option. Click on that, and with the help of mouse left key, just draw where you want that, and you will see a gray box and image property. Under the image picture, click on none side and you will get this button. Click on that and select the image from your system and hit open. Now once you click, that image size was too big for this user form. So what you want now to this image fit under this small box. So below that there's a picture size mode. Just click on that and select the second option and you are done. You can see your image has been created. So we'll mark this as yo. And if you hit the play button over here, it will show you how it will look. Say, so this is how it is gonna look. Excelmind user form and with our logo. It's time to create a text box and label. So again, click here and with edit option, we'll write name and we'll change the font color to white. We'll change the font as well. We'll just increase the font to 10 and mark it bold. This looks perfect now. We'll just now we got our name tab over here. You can now create a multiple text box with the in the same way or sorry text multiple label in the same way, or what you can do, just copy this and paste it and arrange it where you want. We want this over here and edit. Oops. Phone number and again paste. Write this over here. Location. Again one more time paste and you will write as department. Yeah, here you got all the things. You can do the alignment to get it on the same side, and you can cross check it over here. It looks perfect. Uh, okay, now it's time to add the text boxes. And over here you can see there is an option for text box. Just create that box and again do the same thing, copy and paste it to get the second one. Just make sure that the alignment is perfect. Paste it to get the R1. Again paste for the fourth one. Now as you can see, your text box is ready. Again you can check, see, it looks pretty good to me. Now it's time to add the buttons. So to add the button, you have to click the command button, create one, With one click, edit and write as sub submit. And again, copy it and paste it to get the second one. And for this, we'll write as cancel. Now, you can see that the user form has been created. No further amendment needed. So let's see how it's look on the Excel sheet. And to see that, you just have to click on this play button over there, and it will open your user form on the Excel sheet. And this is how it's gonna look. And it looks totally fine to me. But it's not going to work because we have not written the code and we have not assigned any code to it. So we have to do that. So let's start doing it. And to get onto that, you just have to click on the submit button, double click on the submit button. Because the reason behind we're writing the code for this run is it's like whenever we click on the submit button, it should read whatever written under this text box. Okay, it should read whatever written under this text box, and it should feed the same on the sheet. Okay, cool. Yeah. So let's do it. So just double click on submit button and it will give you this, like when you can see over here command button one, and we are commanding on the click. Whenever we click on the command button one, what should it do? So we have to first write the code for the that last row. Now, what the last row? We gonna command the Excel that whenever we input anything, it should find the last row. Like over here, the last row is fifth. It should find the fifth row and start reading it. Once it's over here, then the next entry should move to the sixth row. So in this way, we are gonna write code so that Excel should search for the last row and then start reading. So once that, and I'll show you what we have to write. So we have to write as the uh, the last row is as integer. Now we have mentioned that last row as an integer enter. Now we have to write what the last row would be. Now we have to give the part for the last row. Okay, so it will be last row equal to, now what's the last row equals to? It's a sheet, right? We are commanding that we should go on to the sheet, which sheet? The VBA one. So we'll write sheet. Under the bracket, there should be a sheet name, and make sure, as I always said in my previous video as well, you should always write that under the double inverted comma VBA. That's our sheet name, right? VBA. VBA dot use range. That means whatever we don't we have forgot to close the bracket. Okay, now we're writing use range. Okay, use range. Whichever range is being used and already feed it with the entry dot special cells bracket open. Now Excel read as special, sorry, Excel cell type Okay, last cell, bracket close, dot row plus 1. Now, what we have told over here, the last row will be the VBA series used cell. Whatever cell is being used, then that cell plus 1. That means the next cell 1. Okay. So we have successfully written our last row. Now, whenever I use the word last row, this command will read that as a used cell, then the next one of the used one. So now we'll be writing to transfer the data from a text box to a sheet. So let's give it a heading as transfer data to VBA sheet. Okay, so this was a heading we have written. So now we'll be assigning a proper cell to each and every text box. Now, the most important thing, you have to be aware which text box is for what. So to know that, just right click on it and get the property there. So the main text box is the text box number 1. Phone number is the text box number 2. You can see over here. Location is the 3 and the time is the 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the time will be 5th one. So it's properly assigned. Okay. So let's again go there. Okay. So we'll be writing seeds and which sheet? It's VBA, right? It's VBA dot cell uh, bracket close should be there. Yeah. Dot cell and which cell? Now we have told that we want our data on the last row. So when we have already mentioned about the what a row, we have already defined the row cell as last row, comma. Now last row, comma. Now I want the last row first cell. So we'll be writing first. So this is how it's gonna be. The last row plus one, that means clear, and the first cell one. Last row 2 will be phone, last row 3 will be location. So it is gonna read in a that way, and then equal to you will be writing your text box. Text box 1 dot. Now why we have written the text, because we need the text value to be readed over there, right? So this was the our first. Now what you can do, instead of writing everything, just can paste it like this way. So it will be 3, 4, and 5. And you just have to change this to 2, exposure to 2, third cell, and entry was from the text box third cell, then fourth one, and this will be from the fourth. Now, the most important part, you have seen that whenever we add anything, and time get much. So and we don't have text box. So over here, we'll be writing a formula of now. Now, now what that means that whenever we click on the command button 1, which is our submit button, it should search for the last row and it should feed text box number 1 under the last row first cell, text box number 2 under the last row second cell, and so on. And on the fifth cell, it should punch the time formula. That is now. Okay? Then enter. That's it for our feeding part. Now you can check whether it's working or not. Okay, so we can check that. Just hit over here and you can write anything over here like ABC location will type at PO and okay, okay, phone number will be adding random phone number. Department we can add it again as the market or anything with whatever you want. Market, sorry. Okay. Now you can see if we hit submit. Oh, okay. Here we have not mentioned the seeds. Okay. It should be that seeds. Okay. Now that's again the what mistake we have done. We have done some. So let's see what we have done. Use special key. Okay. It should be the special. Okay. Now you can see view get your entry over here. We'll change this and we'll add some more and see. Now it's working fine. Like entry is getting over there, but it's not getting clear. Alright. So what we have to do, we have to write the code so that whenever that entry gets over there, it should clear our text box as well. So let's write the code for that. But with that, we'll write clear data. Let's give that heading so that we can understand whenever we read that code that this code is for transferring data and this code is for clearing the data. Okay, so we'll write as me. Me, that means a user form. We are addressing me as a user form. Me, text box number one dot value. That means whatever value is under the text box number one should be. So for that, we'll be writing equal to and under inverted comma nothing. That means it should be null, nothing over there. Okay. So again, this we have a four text boxes. So what we'll do instead of writing, we just paste it for the three more time, and we'll just change this to two and for this three and for this it as four. And always remember that should be answer because you have started with the sub, so you have to end this as well. So let's do some check. Okay, see if we write, we'll write again. We'll be taking some random and location. Let's add the success and the phone number and the department. Okay, we'll do it in the city. Now you can see if I hit the submit, see the data is still data over and it's clear my text box as well. Now it's working totally fine for me and the last step is to assign code to cancel button. And to do that, we have to again go into the user form and what we have done to write to assign the code to submit button, we have double click on the submit, right? And the same way to assign the code onto the cancel button. We'll double click on this and we got private stuff command button 2 and whenever we click on command button 2 what it should do will write that will write as unload. Now what unload user form. Now what you have to always remember whatever name of your user form is you have to write that. So for us it's user form 1, so we'll be writing as user form 1. Now you can go and check that. See, cancel. Yeah, it's working fine. Alright, so that's now that is how you have created the user form. Now it's time to write a module. Now, how to get that form, right? So for that we need a button. But before that, we'll be writing creating a module so that we can assign a that code or that macro to that button. Always remember to assign a code or macro to button, you have to create or you have to write a VBA code under the module. Okay. So now to add the module, what we have to do, we have to first create a button. And to create a button, just have to go into the developer tab and click on insert, and from there you can use this one as an active button or this, anything will work. Just by the left key of mouse, create the button. And once you get this, just close this off. And by clicking this, you can rename it as, we are writing it as activate user form. You can write anything of your own choice. So now your button has been created. And to assign the macro to it, just right click on the button and click on assign macro. Then click on new. Now you can see your module has been created, and now you just have to write the code in that. So just will make some space and will write it our user form name, which is user form one dot, and will write over here so what this means, whenever you click on the button, you're commanding the Excel to show the user form one. So we'll see how it's work. See, if you click on this, your user form is being shown, and cancel, it's gone. You can do more with the button. You can even create a button with the help of shapes. So, take an example, we want a button with this shape. So, what we can do, we can create it like this, and we can make it, give that some effects of button. Yeah. So this looks like more look like button, and then you can add the text, activate user form. Now on this you can see, you can change it, the text to middle, and you can make it bold as well. See, and the same thing you have to do, right click on it, and from here assign macro, and you have a macro already assigned with the button one. Okay, just click on it and okay, and whenever you click this, see, you touch your user form, and if you don't want this, you can just delete it, and this is how the user form will work. Now more with this, what you can do so that your sheet looks more good. Okay, you can just do few things. If you want, you can just remove the grid lines as well. So this is how it's gonna look, and when you click on this, your forms get activated. And let's do some entry. We'll write down phone number, location, can write anything, department, six, and when you click submit, say it's working fine. And with this click, yeah, it's gone. You can change the color of your button from format if you want to. and make it match. Now, moreover, if you want to that to lock your codes, like if you want nobody should see this code, then what you can do is you can go into the tool, go into the now. Moreover, if you want to lock your form, right, then you have to go on to the tools, then VBA project properties. Under this protection, you have to right click your lock project for viewing, and over here you can have your password, again the same password to confirm, and click OK. Now see how it will look. Now we'll close this one as well. That's now once you go on to the developer tab and click on Visual Basic, and if anyone tries to open it, it will ask you a password. See, and if you enter the correct password, then you get the access to the form. Here you go. Isn't it cool? Yeah. So this is how we have seen to VBA without user form without VBA and user form with the VBA. And once again, I'll just tell you without VBA, you have to just click on this and you get that. And with VBA, you need a developer and with the code, everything. So on this, before we end this tutorial, I would like to show you one more thing. Oh yeah, one more. So when the form is activated and you want to cancel this form, there is a cancel box over here which cancels the form, and there is a cancel button over which cancels the form as well. So what I want over here is that this cancel box cancel should not work, and only this should work. So what I want is whenever someone clicks on this, they should get a pop-up saying use the cancel button and not because this has been inactive. So we have a code for that. So let's run the code. Okay. And as you all know, to write the code, what we have to do, go on to the developer tab, then Visual Basic. Click the user form and just double click on it. And from here, just delete the rest of the file. And above, what you have to do, click the user form, and from the click, you have to get the query close. Yeah. So now delete the other one. This is not needed. And okay. Now what we have done is we are writing a code for the user form query close channel cancel. That means that cross action. And the code which we are gonna write will be like whenever someone on the close icon, they should not allow it and they should redirect it to the cancel button. So we're going to write it like we're going to use the if term. So let's write it as if close mode equal to VB form control menu. Okay, rather than if close mode equal to VB form control menu, then just return him. Then we need a message box. Okay, message box space, and now this is what someone click on the close menu, the close mode, That is a check option on the video form. Then a message box will pop up. Now, what we want under that message box, we can write that. Okay? So we want always write that under double inverted comma. We want a message should pop up as please use the close button to close the and double inverted comma. Okay, then 12 comma and we'll give a button of the OK to that message box because we don't want that cross box to be used, right? So it is saying that if someone is clicking on that cross button, then we should get a message box stating, please use the close button to close the form. And to close that message box, we need the OK button. So to get that one, we do OK only. So this one. Okay. Now, as I said before, whenever you start a cell like this, you need the end cell. So here we have started the if. So definitely we need to end the if as well. So let's end the if and if. Okay. Now let's check the code how it looks. So here we are activating it and we are using this and see it's giving us a cell message. Please use the button to close the form. And we are activating this and we are getting a message. Please use the close button to close the form. Okay. Given we have made one mistake. Now what happened over here? Whenever we are clicking the OK, it's getting the form is getting cancelled. So we have missed the one query over here. What is that? We have just said that whenever someone is using the if, then a message box should pop up. But we have not given the message to the Excel to cancel that click X, right? So for that, we have to write cancel, oops, cancel equal to true. That means the cancel should be true. So now, what it says, if someone is clicking on the cross button, then it should not be take it as read, and it should give us the message box like use the close button, which should get a OK button as well. So let's check it. Closing it and OK. So it's working. It's not giving me the error when if I'm canceling it, and it's giving me to this. And to close this form, I have to use the cancel button, and it's done. Okay, so this is how your user form has been created. You can create multiple ones and you can change the anything, any font, whatever you want, you can do this with that.